Nikka Whiskey Pure Malt. It's an 02 Masataka Taketsuru.
Father of Japanese whiskey. Alright, here we are. Welcome back to Brolic Whiskey. I'm Metahuman Dave.
And I'm culturally sensitive, Jess Mike.
Us Californians, we are freezing when it's
Chilly.
under 60 degrees.
It's chilly today.
So, hoodieing it up today.
Chilly.
Woo! Mike, I think you're going to appreciate this one.
I've heard this before.
Well, you do love your Japanese whiskey so far.
Most of them.
And this is an ode to the father of Japanese whiskey. Probably pronouncing it wrong, but Masataka Taketsuru,
Close enough.
right?
Wow. As with all Japanese whiskeys, it smells fantastic.
Yes.
God damn.
Here's what's really dope about Taketsuru. This guy, he took an apprenticeship in Scotland. He started in Longmorn, which is in Speyside region. Then he moved over to Hazelburn, which is in Campbelltown. And he found his wife there. You know, they got married and moved back to Japan.
Okay.
Well, he worked for another company which helped create Suntory distilleries.
Okay.
So all the whiskeys that you've had so far that's Japanese has been from a Suntory. It was Toki, it was Yamazaki, Hakushu, all from Suntory. You can thank this man right here for that being possible.
Wow.
He ended up leaving after doing 10 years with Suntory to create his own company. Skip ahead a little bit, it became Nikka Distillery. His whole purpose for doing this was to replicate Scottish whiskies the best way he could. Yoichi is supposed to be his version of Scotland, right? It's a similar
Right.
climate. He made it taste like Scotch the best way he can, which is why some of his original stuff with Suntory didn't work so well, because the Japanese have a very distinct tasting palate. So they weren't digging the Scottish style whiskeys in the beginning. What do
I
you
can
think of
believe
this one?
Smells wonderful. Goodness gracious, it's so fruity, so aromatic. Very, very pear smelling. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Smells clean and pure. Whatever filters they use, it's great. I'm a little bit thrown off with the color. I thought it was going to be this dark. I really thought it was going to be this dark, and I was kind of excited.
It's a brown glass.
Yeah, and you poured it, and it just threw me off. Flavor-wise, again, very clean, very pure, simple, a little bit of sweetness.
Definitely
I
that.
get some type of, to me, it's like a vanilla, malty candy kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, almost, again, we're going to go back to that dessert term. Very dessert-like to me. It's almost like alcoholic ice cream.
I like ice cream a whole lot. It tastes good when days are hot.
Wow.
That's kind of what I get out of it.
Okay.
I'm
I'm hoping this is all going to lead to a good score, because I've heard you go on these little tangents and then like, it's like a 4.
well, you know, I try to be positive, but I'm not gonna hand him the crown. I would give this one a solid 7.9, just right under 8.
All right.
Yeah, just right under 8.
Well, it's bottled at 43%, so that's one of the reasons you're not going to get a lot of that burn.
That's
Right.
probably a good reason why I like it so much.
Now, you mentioned malty. Well,
Mhm.
it is pure malt. So basically, it's a single malt from 2 different distilleries blended together, makes it a pure malt. It's basically a single malt that's just more than one location, right?
All right.
So most of it comes from their Miyagikyo distillery, and then parts of it comes from their Yoichi distillery. And a percentage of this is aged in sherry cask, which is why you are going to get some of that darker color.
That's what I was hoping when I saw it this rich in color. I was thinking, wow, this is going to be aged in sherry for a while. But no. How old is this? It tastes like it's pretty old.
It's a no age statement, so
Ooh.
technically there's no way of knowing for sure what the
Okay.
age is. But for the most part, it seems like it's approximately aged 10 years. The thing, remember, one of the earlier videos was telling you, we can have a whiskey that's 100 years old in a bottle,
Mhm.
or in a barrel, and I add just a little bit of something that's a week old, it's now a week old whiskey.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? So this could be where almost all of it is 10, 15 years old, but they feel like if I add this, it brings it to the right flavor profile that I want. Now, granted, it has to be at least a couple of years old to be added, but there is no true age statement on it.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like it has some years.
Yeah.
It does. It doesn't taste immature at all. So I enjoyed this.
I'm with you, Mike. I like it a lot. I liked it yesterday. I heard that it actually opens up really well in a couple of weeks in the bottle, so I'm excited to try it in 2 weeks, but right now, as it stands, I'm giving it an 8.3.
Wow.
I like it. I really do. We're going to move on to some
8.3, huh?
some water. Water? One and dose.
Is that your Bruce Lee joke?
No, I would never do that.
Sure.
That was Forrest Law from Tekken.
All right.
All right. 2 drops of water. Let's see what happens. Oh, and another thing you'll probably like is you'll probably find this for about $55 to $60.
All day long, then.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah. Considering that now some of the stuff like Yamazaki and Hakushu and stuff are going for hundreds of dollars, this is a good buy.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Water, no.
Yeah. Again, water took out some of the aroma to it, gave it more of a waxy crayon smell.
Yes, that
Yeah.
I was gonna say more on the taste. It actually gave it like a waxy crayon taste.
A little bit. Took some out of it. Took a little bit of it took a lot of the flavor out of it.
It really did.
Yeah. And I honestly think I was watching. I think it gave me a little bit less water than mine.
Yeah, I think so too because the drops were being annoying. So
Yeah.
try that one.
Yeah. It's wow. It's a little bit depressing. It's still not bad at all. Very drinkable. Very drinkable. Oh. Yeah, you got the wrong end of that stick.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I definitely got more wax.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, light water, maybe a single drop. You might get something out of it, but I wouldn't suggest it with water. Just takes everything out
The
of it.
neat was way better, but
Yeah.
let's just score it and move on.
I'm gonna take it down. I'm taking it down to say 5.
Wow, you're actually being way nicer than I am about mine.
Well, I had a better one.
You know what I'm surprised about? Before I give my scores, I didn't want to say anything to you at first, but this is lightly peated. So there's a
Really
little bit of
lightly.
smoke on when you get it neat. And oftentimes we found that when we add a drop or two of water to those lightly peated stuffs, it pulls out the peat. This actually took it all away.
Yeah.
It's like you would not believe that there's any peat whatsoever in this one. It's boring. It's not enjoyable. The mouthfeel changed completely.
Yeah.
I'm going down to a 3-3.
Okay.
3-3 for me. So I'll put this off to the side while guess I'm pouring for the last one
I've done enough work today, Dave.
on ice.
I've already poured one.
Hopefully not gonna waste too
Yeah,
much
don't
of this.
waste. I'm not optimistic on this, unfortunately.
But it was delicious neat.
It was
Absolutely. So
totally different.
Taketsuru knew what he was doing.
I don't know. Do the Japanese normally drink? I've never really paid that much attention. Do they normally drink it neat, or is this a Japanese thing on ice?
Well, that's the main difference between the Suntory stuff versus the Nikka stuff.
Okay.
Although us Americans normally drink everything neat for the most part, right? The whiskey drinkers, but in Japan, highballs are the biggest drink. That's what almost every place you go, it's going to be a highball. And they make that little hand sculptured ice ball and everything.
Yeah, what a waste.
And that's what Suntory was big on, producing highball.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I think it destroys it.
I got a
Yeah.
little bit of citrus though,
Uh,
so
it's too much alcohol burn for me now. I think it just destroys the flavor of the whiskey. You got some optimism there?
I thought you would just keep talking and go right into your score.
Oh, let me go into my score. I'm taking it down to a 2. I don't like this at all. It's not enjoyable. It started out so great, and it's just been taking steps down.
My first sip, I was actually like, oh, I got a little citrus. Second sip, yeah. What was your score?
I'm around that 2-3 mark.
Okay.
Let's. I'm gonna go 2. I think it was
Solid
just,
2.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it was just so good starting out that to do it would be a
Yeah.
tragedy.
I was planning on a 2.5 for me. It's not good on ice. I love it neat. I really think this
Look, I like it. I suggest buying it. Price points there.
right
Just do it neat. Don't do it any other way.
for sure.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Well, let's just go into one of the comments. Wilfredo264, I forget which video it was in reference to, but
Wilfredo, huh?
he says, another fantastic video. Thank you guys so much. You have taught me so much in the way of whiskey drinking. Thank you, brother man. That's what we were aiming for when we started this channel. So that means a lot to us when you guys give us comments like that. So thank you. With that being said, I do want to say thank you so much to the father of Japanese whiskey, Masataka Taketsuru. You knew what you were doing. You make some fantastic stuff. Hopefully I can introduce you to more Nikka Japanese whiskeys.
I'm sure we're gonna be drinking a whole lot more.
Mike, they miss it. Give them your chopsticks.
Chopsticks, y'all.